My incubus has been with me for a month, but he still won't let me touch him. What could be the reason for that? I type my questions into the customer service feedback form and wait for a reply. The customer service representative replies at once in a very helpful manner. Dear customer, our incubi are all very eager to stick to their owners like glue. I'm afraid your issue might be due to a malfunction on his end. We can apply for your incubus to be replaced with a new one instead, and he will arrive in a week. I look at Riven Sterling, the incubus whom I had made tailored specifically to my tastes. After a moment of thought, I decide that maybe I can just wait and observe for a while longer. If he still doesn't change for the better, then I can perhaps send him in for repairs. After all, Riven is just too perfectly aligned with my tastes. I can't bear to give him up. However, at the family dinner, I quickly realize that Riven is having a reaction toward my younger stepsister, Teresa Ashford, who is sitting across from me. It's only then that I recall that Teresa is the one who opened my parcel the last time Riven arrived at the doorstep. That night, I contact the customer service representative again and say, "You said that the new replacement would be arriving in a week, right? Please send it out then. Thank you." Chapter 1. Riven Sterling's eyes were red-rimmed, and his brows were deeply furrowed as if he was in great pain. His health had been declining over the past few days. He sat on the edge of the bed, panting heavily while I flipped through the incubus manual. Well, it says here that we just have to. I cleared my throat awkwardly and continued, "You'll feel better after that." I reached my hand out and touched his collar, revealing the small, bright red mole nestled between his collarbones. The mole rose and fell as he panted, and he looked extremely alluring. I was just about to touch it when Riven pushed me aside harshly. I saw that my wrist had turned red, so I frowned at him slightly. Riven still wouldn't let me touch him. "Sorry, it's my instincts," Riven said, his eyes rather cold as he looked at me. "I'm going to take a cold shower." After watching him disappear into the bathroom, I grabbed my phone and called customer service again. Riven was a brand new incubus that had just arrived a month ago. I had spent a great fortune on him, customizing and tweaking him to my tastes. I had even waited a full year for him to finally arrive at my doorstep. Interestingly enough, while incubi were supposed to feed and obtain satisfaction from inhaling their owners, Riven simply wouldn't let me touch him at all. Why is my incubus acting differently from the others? I can tell that he's suffering, but he just won't let me touch him. I waited for the customer service representative's reply while listening to the sound of the shower in the bathroom. "Have you already bonded with him, Ms. Ashford?" the representative asked. I had already read the manual. Of course, I wouldn't have made a silly mistake like that. "I've already bound him to me the very night I brought him back," I answered. There was a long pause before the representative finally replied, "I'm sorry, Ms. Ashford, but this problem shouldn't have happened. Our incubi are all well-trained to be extremely clingy with their owners. They would also want to be glued to their owners at all times." I was starting to get anxious. "Are you saying that I'm lying about my situation now?" The representative patiently replied, "Please don't worry, Ms. Ashford. How about you return your incubus to us and we will send out a new one to you as soon as possible? The new one should arrive in about 7 days." As soon as the words appeared on the chat screen, the bathroom door opened, and Riven walked out with just a white bathrobe thrown over his shoulders. Water droplets slid down his well-defined chin and dripped onto his chest and abs before being absorbed into the bathrobe. I gulped softly. Riven was exactly my type. He was supposed to be custom-made for me, but he ended up being faulty instead. "Let me observe him for a while longer. If he doesn't improve, then I'll consider your offer," I replied.
Click the link on the homepage to watch the full follow-up for free.